What's up guys, Nukin here and welcome back to my channel. Making a very quick rush video here. It looks like we're going to be doing Grand Arena, the week-long type of Grand Arena that was announced. I don't know if this is season 0 still or if this is season 1, but we're about to do the 3-round Grand Arena where you're randomized with a group of 8 and it's going to be a different map than what we had previously. We'll talk about the differences of the map. We're going to also talk about the differences in the rewards. We're also going to talk about some brief kind of things to get your mind ticking on what you're going to have to start to think about, because there is going to be some more strategy. There's going to be ships. There's going to be a difference in reward thresholds, for example. So it's everyone. I'm not going to tell you what to do. You just need to digest the information and figure out the best game plan for yourself. So without further ado, let's get right into it. So first off, let's jump right in and start discussing all the good stuff that is going to be in the next Grand Arena. So right now we're in the player lock preview phase. Make sure you hit enter and then also the join button. Some people actually forgot to join the last match and then weren't able to participate and didn't even get any rewards. So make sure to hit that join button and enter button. You can see here that this is going to be what they sort of initially announced. This is round 1 of 3, so we're going to actually have 3 different rounds where you're going to face 3 different opponents. So that's going to be interesting. You can also see at first glance that the top event rewards are much higher than they were previously. We'll talk about that a little bit later. Let's take a look at the map. So at first glance it looks similar, right? But look at that ship territory top left. We have a character territory in the bottom left, and if you pay attention to that ship territory, it says fleet size 8, so that is a full fleet. So that is interesting. So not going to be anything unique there, and we don't know exactly how many fleets we're going to have to place on defense. Is it 1? Is it 2? So it'll be interesting if it's only 1, because then maybe you can do some sort of strategies, or if it's actually 2, then you have to definitely win your offensive matches, otherwise you risk not clearing, because there's only 4 fleet commanders. So if you place 2 on defense and 2 on offense, you only have 1 shot. I'm thinking it's only going to be 1 fleet, so that'll be interesting to see. Now for the character territory, there's 1 in front of ships, so this is different as well. You actually need to beat this territory and conquer it before you can even access the ship zone. So that'll be interesting. Now this is definitely also different from season 0. I don't even know, is this season 0 or season 1? I'm getting lost. There's also a squad character territory in front, in the bottom side, that's protecting the bottom left territory. That's also a squad territory. So that means if you deploy something here, your opponent's not even going to be able to recognize or see what's in that zone until they conquer the first zone. So that'll be interesting to see, especially with ships as well. We were talking about how there's a ship territory, and you're going to want to start prepping for ships. Like, are you going to run a Chimera team on defense, or are you going to run your Chimera on offense? Are you even going to use the Chimera? Are you going to use some of the other capital ships? And what's your fleet going to be? Are you going to, you can't just run your normal arena team. Potentially you're going to need to spread out your roster a bit, just like you do in Guild TW. So there's 4 fleet commanders. I recommend at least having 2 very strong fleets, because I find it really hard to believe if we're going to use all 4, but you may need to use all 4 if you fail in your first attempt, right? You have to go in to actually beat the territory. You don't have your guildmates to actually, support you in that way. It's all on you. This is a 1v1. So if you go in, make sure that you can try and win on the first or the second try, because you only have so many fleet commanders currently in the game, right? So it may be a good idea to finally start using that prestige that you can get from the Squad Arena store. Sometimes I think you can actually get it from the weekly shipments, and that was for crystals as well, but that's pretty expensive and probably only whales and krakens buy that. I wouldn't be sort of, you know, I know a lot of people think a capital ship is coming this quarter, but nothing was announced in the road ahead, so that means it's definitely not coming probably. So, you know, maybe the first or second quarter of next year, who knows, maybe the third quarter. Well, I don't even know. So I think that you may want to actually end up using all that prestige that you stocked up and power up your fleet commanders for this mode, because the rewards are looking nice. Now in ships, you're going to want to be able to not only, you know, win on offense, but you want to have a strong defense. So you're going to want to actually utilize ships that the AI knows how to play well, just like in Squad Arena, and place a team like that on defense. For example, there are some sorts of fashions and ships that are incredibly strong on offense but are very poor on defense. The First Order faction is one of those currently in the game. There's a lot of combinations with the command shuttle and giving advantage to First Order ships, etc. And the AI definitely butchers that playstyle for sure. Now I'm sure there's other factions out there that aren't so good as well. I mean, even the TIE Advance is silly sometimes. Instead of spreading out target locks on a Tarkin fleet, he'll continue to attack the very like one enemy, and he won't spread target locks. So there's that. Also, one other thing about ships, make sure to plan for no overlap in between your offense and your defense. This isn't Fleet Arena where you jam all your strongest ships in your lineup. You may want to actually weaken one of your lineups to strengthen another, whether it be on offense or defense. So it's going to be very interesting to see how ships goes in Grand Arena. So enough about that. Let's talk about the rewards here. So these rewards are definitely different. So quickly to review, the rewards from last time looked like this. So in the Season 0 Grand Arena, we had these rewards. So I got first place, I won my match, I got 30 Rancor gear salvage, that's for the droid callers I believe, and then 35 of the amplifiers and capacitors. And so here you can compare. Now you're not even getting Rancor gear, you're getting stun cuffs, which is very interesting and different. You're still getting the modulators, and it was still set at 12. Last time it was 12 as well. You need these MK2 pulse modulators to take mods up to 6 dot as well, along with the MK1 amplifiers and capacitors. So 50 of those and 20 of the other one, and you can take a gold level A mod to 6 dot or 6 stars. I think it's 6 dot. So that's interesting. Now let's take a look. You also get stun cuffs, like I mentioned, and that is a lot of stun cuffs, 90 stun cuffs, but that is for first place. So let's take a look at the spread, because there can only be one first place and it's a group of 8. So taking a look at the spread of rewards, first place does definitely get a lot of extra stun cuffs, nearly double. But when it comes to the mod salvage, if that's what you're really looking for, it's just a quarter extra pretty much, because it goes down to 75. And so 2 to 4, they're going to get 75 and a full stun cuff, because 50 stun cuff salvage is one full stun cuff. Now 5th and 7th will get 55 and a little bit more than half of a fully crafted stun cuff piece at 35 stun cuff salvage. And it really looks like it sucks to get last place, because you're singled out and you get the worst rewards of them all. 30 salvage and also 10 stun cuff salvage there. So yeah, definitely try not to get last place. Most people be getting 2 to 7th place, so expect to see somewhere around 55 to 75 mod salvage to take mods up to 6 dot, and you know, either a fully crafted stun cuff or a little bit more than half. So very interesting. That'll be awesome to see how this kind of goes down. Now there's going to be several rounds, so it's going to be kind of like a mini tournament. So I think that potentially, you know, if you're able to potentially win a tournament, make sure that you're going for it. And if you think that you're not going to win, at least try not to get last place. I mean, definitely sign up as well. Like I said, hit the enter and join button, because just for showing up, you do get a lot more stuff than we were getting beforehand. I mean, that mod salvage takes forever to grind. I feel like I can only take up a mod to 6 dot every so often, and 10 free stun cuff salvage for just hitting a button is actually nice as well. So make sure to join anyways regardless, but try to participate. So what do you guys think about all this news? Are you excited about Grand Arena? I'm liking the changes here. I was really hoping for ships, and I like how there's going to be some more extra strategy. I want to see kind of how it's going to go down. We don't know how many nodes or squads are going to be put into each territory, so be prepared for anything. Be sure to like this video if you learned anything new and you enjoyed it. I like to cover the news as soon as I can to try and help you guys digest it. And also, if you're new here, subscribe to the channel. A lot more Grand Arena content coming later this week. Cheers everyone, and good luck in Grand Arena.
The Force will be with you always.